What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for yet another Tottenham update. We're going to go into the last 24 hours of Tottenham news. We're going to focus on outgoings first and foremost, or non-outgoings, should I say, because we're going to talk about Guehi Romero, as Fabrizio Romano says that Guehi Romero to Real Madrid. Guys, many clubs appreciate Guehi Romero, but Guehi Romero is Tottenham. Tottenham have no intention at all to let Guehi leave. Guehi Romero is a key player to Tottenham, and if we want to talk about interest in Guehi Romero, we could spend 3 days. But I can guarantee you to that, Guehi Romero is absolutely a crucial player to Tottenham, and Tottenham have no intention to entertain any discussion for Guehi. So that is exactly what you want to hear.
He is Tottenham. I love that. Absolutely love that. It's no surprise. Of course, he's one of the most important players of our squad. He's a vice captain. We've invested a lot in him, and we believe in him. I think that he's a big influence in the dressing room as well. You can see that. So, of course, the stance of Tottenham is going to be he ain't for sale. We're not going to entertain any bids. Now, the only thing that would change that is if Romero himself, kicks up a fuss or changes tune. And if there is significant interest from Real Madrid and they're prepared to pay, the over 100 million, I would say, that it would take to get him, then maybe that will change. But I don't see those things happening, to be honest. So I think there's very, very little chance that he's leaving this summer.
Yeah, and everything that you hear coming out of like Guehi Romero from his social media posts and everything like that does, signify that he seems to want to grow with this team, and it seems like he wants to be here for the foreseeable future. Whether that changes next summer, because you would expect that he would have to sign a contract by next summer, going into the last 2 years of his deal.
Definitely, especially as he's a main player of the squad, we're not going to let him run down to his last year. So next summer, for sure, we're going to want to tie him down. But it's a big season. Tottenham are going to have to prove they're moving in the right direction. That means challenging for big things, and another season. Because we've had false dawns. Conte, we finished top 4 and then we fall to the next season. So we can't allow that to happen again. And I'm pretty sure Romero will be looking at the situation thinking, I'm very happy here, moving in the right direction, I'm a big player. But if we're dropping out the top 4 again, if we're not competing for big trophies, if we're not looking like we could challenge, then I might have to consider my options.
Yeah, and he'll be well within the rights too. Let's talk about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. As a Turkish publication called Takvim say that Fenerbahce have tabled their first offer for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, with the bid thought to be in the region of 8 million euros, which is 6.7 million pounds. This bid is expected to be rejected as it falls well short of Tottenham's 15 million euro asking price, which is 12.5 million pounds. The publication also just suggested that Fenerbahce could respond by sending Tottenham a second offer of 10 million euros, 8.4 million pounds plus bonuses to get the deal over the line. Do you feel like if Spurs, if they do offer 10 million euros plus bonuses, that will be accepted?
No. I'm shocked that 15 million is the price. I thought it'd be more than that, to be honest. I thought it'd be closer to 20. So I don't think 10 plus bonuses is going to be accepted. No chance. And I think we're going to be looking at other bids as well from other clubs to see how much interest there is. There's reports of interest from Atletico, from Napoli, and they're going to have more money probably than 10 million to spend on Højbjerg, in my opinion. So I don't see that happening.
That is a proper derisory offer, isn't it? If that is
offer.
true, that is proper derisory.
Levy-nomics. And we should come to expect it, consider how we usually approach transfer business, but no chance I was ever going to be accepted, not in a million years. And I don't think Højbjerg is going to entertain it while it's at the Euros anyway.
Yeah, agreed. Next up, let's talk about potential incomings now, and this is a surprise one. Mats Hummels, as Graham Bailey says, that Tottenham could reportedly secure a surprise deal to sign Mats Hummels this summer. Tottenham are interested in signing a new defender this summer and could be offered the chance to secure Hummels' signature. We know that he's leaving Borussia Dortmund, or left Borussia Dortmund at the end of his contract, so he's on a free transfer on the Bosman ruling. What's your thoughts on Hummels?
No.
Just no.
No.
Just no.
Not signing Hummels. He's 35?
35, yeah.
He's slow as hell. I know he had a great Champions League campaign, but if we're going to be playing a high line, Hummels is going to be caught out every single time. There was a reason as well he went to Bayern and didn't last very long there. Not because he's not a good defender, it just didn't suit their way of playing. And I don't think he would suit our way of playing either. Look, you could argue, could he come in and have a Thiago Silva-esque impact on the team and have a bit of leadership in the back line and have a role to play? There's an argument to be said that he could have a good influence on the squad, but he's going to come in on pretty hefty wages, I would assume. I don't think he's a player who suits the system. A talented defender, no doubt, but I don't think Tottenham's the right move for him right now.
When you're looking at, we've spoken about it in the past with, bringing in Vanderson, and you were saying how that could stifle other areas, bring in other signings. So would you say maybe bringing in a Hummels might give us more money or more options to sign, a bigger six, wingers, strikers, all that?
Yeah,
Hummels
but
that's
not a way of conducting business. You have to play. The reason why I say other players, for example, like I'm maybe more open to say like a Kyle Walker-Peters, is because I think Kyle Walker-Peters is a player who actually does suit the system, and you get him for cheap. And I think you can, as much as he's not obviously a high quality, like the highest quality player, I do think he could do a job in our system. Hummels, I don't. I don't think you could play him too often. Maybe in Europa League games you could play him, but I do think Hummels is a player who's going to get caught out a lot, especially in the Premier League, the way we like to play with our centre-backs pushed up. I do think it will hamper us a bit. And I'm sure in some games you'll be able to get away with it, but for me, I don't think it's worth the wages he's going to cost for me. As much as I think maybe if we were under Mourinho, I would probably say, yeah, let's do it, if Mourinho was in charge of us.
I wonder what wages he wasn't at Borussia Dortmund.
I don't think Tottenham's the right move for him, personally.
He was on... Where is it? 150 grand a week. It's not hefty wages, is it? But
I mean, it's a big amount for a player who's probably going to be backup centre-back who's 35.
Yeah.
I would say. I just don't see... It doesn't make sense for me for Tottenham to make this move. And we know it's a short term. We're not looking at short-term fixes at the moment, like people are Hummels. I know you could say Werner's a short-term fix, but I just don't think Hummels makes any sense.
I do tend to agree. But if I was to say to you that, we bring in Eze, Chiesa, a striker and a six plus a Hummels, you'd accept that?
Yeah, maybe. I'd accept that, but I don't think signing Hummels will allow us to do that. But all right. I mean, I don't think it makes sense, personally.
Next up, let's talk about someone that potentially does make sense in terms of his playing style, but definitely not in the price point that he's going to be going for, and that is Mark Guehi. Sammy Mockbell says that Tottenham are amongst the Premier League clubs closely monitoring the situation of Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi. Guehi has put any decision on hold till after the Euro campaign. However, Matt Law says that Palace are prepared to demand at least £65 million for Mark Guehi this summer, which is no surprise. And yeah, I don't. First of all, I don't see Guehi coming here. I don't see us spending that much on a defender. That's going to be competition for Mickey van der Ven, and I can't even see Palace. Are they really going to sell Guehi, Olise, and Eze all in the same window?
Probably not, and probably given that he's now starting at the Euros and how well he played in the first game, if he carries on in that vein, that price maybe goes up. If you look at Braithwaite, Everton are demanding big money for him, 70 million. And why would Guehi not be at least 10 million more than that? Because he's shown more in the Premier League than Braithwaite. He's more established. He's a starter for England. He's in the England squad. He's also an age. He's 24. He's at a decent age.
Plus, their financials are in a better state than Everton.
Exactly. So there's no reason for them to not even pushing more than around 80 million. So there's no reason for Tottenham to pay that money for Guehi. The reason why we might pay big money for someone like Calafiori is because he can play both positions. So he's not going to be left out of the team too much. I think either he plays centre back or left back, but he'll be in the team a lot. I think Calafiori. Guehi is either it's him or Van der Ven essentially, because he does play left centre back, which is good. We need that, but he's going to be him or Van der Ven, and to pay 80 million for someone a rotation option at centre back, it doesn't make any sense. As much as he's a great defender, I like Guehi a lot, and if we were to sign him, I mean, as long as it doesn't take away from paying big money in more key areas, I'm not against it, but it doesn't make sense to sign him.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're going to sign him, let's say the price is 65 million, which I think it could be a bit more. If the price is 65 million, you're paying more for him than we did for Mickey van der Ven. And in my opinion, Mickey van der Ven is a better defender, better fit for us as well at left centre back.
Yeah, so I mean, Van der Ven and Udogie together is probably less than that. So that doesn't make sense to me.
Last but not least, we're going to talk about Ferran Torres. The Daily Express says that Tottenham are keen to bring in Ferran Torres back to the Premier League. Despite not starting regularly at Barcelona, he contributed 11 goals, 4 assists last season and is capable of playing anywhere across the front three. Would you like to see Ferran at Spurs?
Good player. I like Ferran Torres. Again, I don't know if he's like a perfect fit for us. I do like the fact that he's versatile, can play central, can play left or right. I don't see him as the best dribbler, but he's one of these players who's quite effective once he gets in those positions to score goals. He reminds me a bit like of a Diogo Jota type of player, Ferran Torres. And I think those players are useful in terms of they don't always have amazing performances, but they do always seem to turn up at moments of quality, and that's what Ferran Torres can do. The problem is he would come here thinking I need to be a star player here, and I think he'd be more of like a squad player. I don't know if Tottenham is the right club for him. I would say if we hadn't signed Werner, he could maybe fill in that role as someone who's can fill in a few positions.
Say that for everyone that we're linked to.
Yeah, but I just don't see him as his star player who's going to come and really improve us. Basically,
I agree.
Ferran, so
I agree with Ferran. I mean, he's never really impressed me that much. I mean, he showed okay moments in a Man City shirt. They got rid of him. He went to Barcelona, and I think it's just been more of the same. He's not a player that moves the goalposts, in my opinion.
No, he'll be a good squad player. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll be a good player who can fill in a few positions. But if we're saying, all right, we're going to improve in this position and the player we're going to get is Ferran Torres, I'll be like, I don't know if he does that massively.
Yeah, I agree. He is still 24 years of age. He seems like he's been around for ages. But at 24 years of age, there is potentially room for improvement there. But
it definitely is. He's a good player. He's not a bad player. He's just, for me, and I not only... does he not massively improve the team? I don't think he's the right profile fit for on the wing. He's not like a crazy player you get on the ball and dribble. He's one of these players who he finds moments of quality and he makes a difference that way.
All right, well, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the news stories we brought you today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.